Players Classic 2025 is drawn to the Ford three-door Cosworths, crazy turbocharger hanging out of the bay, crazy drift demo BGW to upset the anoraks, throttle bodies have been polished, rusty publications on the parcel shelf. This thing looks crazy. Today, you join me and my beautiful girlfriend Kat from one of the most iconic venues for car events here in England, Goodwood Circuit. This is actually only the second time I've been here. We came here years ago now for the Festival of Speed, but today is not the Festival of Speed. Today is Players Classic, which is an event that I always seem to miss every year and then regret missing when I see posts all over the internet showing the cars that were at this event. So yeah, really looking forward to checking this event out. So yeah, this is Players Classic 2025 at Goodwood. Players Classic is one of those shows where there's a bit of everything and plenty of really unique one-off builds, which suits me because I can appreciate all cars. I will be naturally drawn to the Fords, of course, like this Mark 1 waiting to go on track, and this Mark 1 RS Focus, which looks like a really tidy example, although it's all stripped out, so I'm guessing it's a track car. String method alignment, anyone? Just past the BC Racing Sim was this beautiful green Porsche 944 and this awesome gold Silvia slammed on its belly. I'm loving the liveries on these two, and check out this really cool three-door Cosy. I've seen this E30 before, which looks crazy with the body kit and spoiler. And how about this, a Lamborghini Huracan with a Liberty Walk kit. This is definitely the most crazy VW Derby I've ever seen, and I love it. And check out this old school Beetle with a really cool brown interior. I'm loving the gold bits around the car, including the turbocharger, which is hanging out of the bay. I've got a soft spot for a beige Mark II Escort, and this one's got a really cool red interior. How about a Mark IV, I think, Escort, but with Mark VI headlights? Or this RS Turbo Mark IV slammed on air ride. This crazy wide-arched Mini doesn't have an engine in the front, just a fuel tank and a radiator. The interior is dripping with carbon, including the dash and the Tillet bucket seats. And in the back, we've got a Honda lump. What a crazy little old school Mini. This is one of my favourite Mark I Fiestas on the scene, Mike FPE's compound turbo, Z-Tech powered weapon, proper crazy bit of kit. As well as track sessions going on all day round the world famous Goodwood Circuit, there were also drift demos for us to check out. This Mark II belongs to my good friend George, and he only recently got it back on the road. The half bonnet reveals the Pinto lump running on 44 IDF carbs. The car has a stock brown interior, a really cool set of Schmidt rims, and a custom made BGW on the rear to upset the anoraks. This mint Mark I Golf has been given the Honda VTEC transplant treatment, and check out this E30 with wooden bead seat covers and a rear louvre. Check out the body kit on this classic Mini, and check out this old Datsun. This carbon arched Mini has a mint engine bay and runs a DCOE. Check out this Ratlook Mordor Mark II Escort, which runs very interesting wheels. They're stepped down multi-piece rims, but they're different size front and rear. This AE86 Corolla is pristine. Loving the little model on the dash and the replica tax discs. It's probably the cleanest example I've ever seen. I never see these anymore. Nissan 300ZX. This Datsun looks awesome. I think it's a 240Z. Love those 3-spoke rims, and check out the Kirky seats. I'm loving this old school Polo, which has the super rare Zender body kit, and this is definitely my favourite Mark I Golf at the show. Love the Ronal rims, and just check out this engine bay. Even the Gen V Heritage throttle bodies have been polished, and that manifold is a work of art. Loving the carbon bumpers, of course, a seriously cool Mark I Golf. Found a Mark 1 Escort in the correct colour. According to the badges it's an RS2000, but this one's far from standard. Proper mint as well. I've been following this Mark II Escort on Instagram. It belongs to a guy called Reese. Proper tidy Z-Tech setup in the bay, and it's sitting on the wide RS style rims, and I'm sure pretty soon he'll be getting the rest of the car painted. So goodbye rusty roof. Check out this Mark 1 Fiesta and this Mark II Fiesta with an ST170. Another familiar Mark II Escort Mordor. This belongs to Dan Smith. It runs a silver top Z-Tech on side drafts and looks so cool with the bright yellow paintwork. Over in Drift Car Corner, my eyes have been drawn to this pink AE86 with an SR20 lump in the bay. We'll leave this guy alone to fix his Beamer and check out this SD1 Rover sitting on gold BBS rims. I'm guessing the owner is an avid reader, judging by the publications on the parcel shelf. I'm loving this beige old school Beetle, absolutely slammed on its belly. It's proper mint, and the red accents really set off the beige paint. Check out the random rusty Accord sitting over here. Another couple of cool Golfs here, and another AE86 over here. Not sure if this is a real Mark II Golf Rally, but it is left-hand drive. Either way, it's now running a VR6 turbo lump. And check this out, probably the craziest Peugeot 205 I've ever seen. Looks like a proper time attack weapon, and it's absolutely dripping in carbon fibre. Everywhere you look, there's just carbon pieces, including the roof. Loving the way the rear carbon arch flows into a carbon side skirt, and check out the proper racy cockpit. This thing looks crazy from every angle. Check out the diffuser and the massive rear wing. And it just so happens that I'm wearing my Peugeot 205 GTI t-shirt today, of course from my company petrolheadstyle.com, link in the description. And here we have yet another mint Mark 1 Golf. Loving the leather Recaro interior, so cool to see a 5-door getting this much love. Here's yet another super cool old school Beetle with a grandad interior. Of course it's slammed on its belly, and just check out how mint the engine bay is. I love a Renault 5 GT Turbo, and this one is absolutely pristine. And check out this Escort Cosy with its super cool Compomotive rims. Here we have a pair of Mark 1 Cortinas. This one's a Lotus. And here's Mark's Granada with its big power 2JZ lump. Here's a very rare beast, an Audi 50, essentially a Mark 1 Polo. This one has a G40 setup in it, and check out the brown Recaros. Every car show needs a 2CV, and this is the best prelude I've ever seen. Here's a carbon clad R8 and a Mark II Golf G60. Here's a couple of Escorts waiting to go on track. This one's Millington powered, looks like a dream spec with all the right bits, including a sequential gearbox. And here's Kyle's Mark 1 with its proper Larry crossflow setup. Off they go to hit the track. Time for me and Kat to check out the action. All right, well, that concludes our half a day really at Players Classic 2025 here at Goodwood, and I am so glad that I didn't miss it this year. Such an awesome show. There's so many cars here that are a bit crazy, anorak upsetters you could say, and I was saying to Kat earlier, it's almost as if all the cars that are sort of banished from their relative scenes because they're a bit too crazy come to this show. So yeah, this is the kind of show that I think Heidi would fit into once I actually get her on the road. So yeah, maybe that'll be one for next year. With regards to Heidi, I'm planning to do some more bits on her tomorrow. Those of you that follow me on social media will have seen a little bit of what I've been up to, but yeah, that project's certainly getting very exciting, and I'm pretty sure that in the next video I'll be able to show you exactly what I have been up to. But until then, massive thanks as always to everyone who's tuned into this video. Do give the video a thumbs up if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check all the links in the description to follow me and support me elsewhere on the internet. My email address is down there as usual for anyone who wants to contact me. Huge thanks as always to my patrons for your ongoing support. But other than that, until next time, from me and my beautiful girlfriend Kat, thanks for watching.